If your shifts in animal hospital keep going bad, sanity's gone, patients keep dying, monsters keep jumping you out of nowhere, it's not just bad luck. It's probably one of these 5 things you're doing wrong every single shift. Coffee is genuinely one of the most valuable items you'll ever hold, and new players burn through its value without realizing it. There are 2 ways this usually happens. Either they drink the entire cup themselves the second they pick it up, getting the full sanity boost but leaving nothing in reserve for later. Or, when a headbanger shows up at the window, they hand over a completely full coffee just to make it leave, when a half-empty one works exactly the same. And it's not just the headbanger. Barney will ask you for a coffee too, and new players tend to hand theirs over on the spot instead of drinking most of it first. Here's the thing. None of them care how much coffee is left in the cup. They just want the item. That means you can take 2 sips for yourself first, banking most of that sanity boost, and still hand over what's left to satisfy whoever's asking, for barely any cost at all. Every coffee you find should be treated as 2 separate resources bundled into one item, not a single-use freebie. New players treat it like a one-trick item that only matters when a room is actively on fire, so it just sits there at spawn next to the supplies shop instead of getting picked up. That's a mistake. It's one of the most versatile tools in the game. Yes, it's the fastest way to put out a room fire, way faster than doing it without one. And beyond fire, it's genuinely effective against eliminating hiders, seeing ghosts and slime puddles. It's free, it recharges even when you're not holding it, and only one player can carry it at a time, so in multiplayer, someone should always have it on them. Not using the proper items to defuse a death ritual. When that 40-second candle countdown happens, a lot of new players panic and assume the only option is to physically walk around blowing out every single candle by hand. That works, technically, but it's the most expensive option on the table. You lose 1 to 3 sanity for every candle you clear that way. And depending on the room, that adds up fast. What most new players don't realize is that if you're carrying eye drops, IV drops, or coffee, you can use those to diffuse the candles instead, with 0 sanity cost at all. And if you want to skip the whole event entirely, tasing the patient breaks them out of the ritual instantly. Manually clearing candles should really be your last resort, not your first instinct. Something looks weird, so you tase it. But that instinct wrecks more shifts than it saves. Tase the tendril in a room 8 surgery, and the patient's dead instantly. You need to finish the surgery steps instead. Tase a headbanger, and you're losing sanity for nothing, when coffee does the same job cheaper. And a lot of what people tase, hiders, the fire extinguisher handles just as well, for free, with no long cooldown. Save the taser for the one moment it's actually the right call. A shapeshifter, tase on sight. Waste it before that and you're empty-handed when it actually matters. It's easy to treat treatment complete as the end of the interaction and immediately move on to the next task. But that's exactly the window where a mimic gives itself away. Right after treatment or during recovery, it'll say it's hungry and then turn hostile toward the nearest player or patient. If you're already halfway across the hospital by the time that happens, you're reacting to an emergency instead of preventing one. Sticking around for even a few extra seconds after finishing a treatment, just to watch how the patient behaves, is one of the easiest and cheapest ways to catch a mimic before it ever gets the chance to attack.